Hello, everybody. It is me, Benjamin Crudwig, and I am super excited that it's Friday, and it's time for another But Make It fashion episode. And today we're going to do something a little bit different than I have been doing the last few weeks. And today it's based on the art, the monster art from the Dungeons & Dragons Monster Manual. Let me give you a little background as to why I'm doing this. You know, because why not? We have some time before we really get started. So Fridays I normally stream, and I also on Friday evenings am the moderator for Adventurers Pack during the Gauntlet, which happens at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it is essentially a group of 4 adventurers goes through the Gauntlet, and try to get through as many creatures from the Monster Manual as possible by challenge rating. Now, I'm not going to do that here, but I did think it might be fun for us to have kind of like a pre-show party for a couple of hours and then go raid the Adventurers Pack stream since I need to be there anyway. I thought this might be really, really fun. So today I am going to, well, I'm doing things slightly different. The first one is that I rolled some dice to determine what pose we're going to use from the Fashionary Pose book. So that was number 59. I did have to re-roll a couple of times because a couple of the poses were like not right for fashion. So some of them were like technical drawings, and that's not what we do on this channel. The other thing that I'm going to do is normally I know what it is that I'm going to be using for an inspiration. I don't know that today. So I won't know that until I'm going to use a random number generator to figure out what it is that we're going to be using for inspiration for this piece. There are, at least in the regular Monster Manual from the Dungeons & Dragons handbook, there are 200 monsters to choose from. So I'm going to just choose a random number between 1 and 200. That's what we're going to use. I'll pull some character art for it, monster art, I don't know what you want to call it. And then I'm going to create a piece of fashion using that as inspiration, and we can go from there. So one thing that I will want to make a note of is I do not own the rights to any of the images that I'll be sharing, so if anybody's watching who cares, I'm not trying to copyright it. I'm just using it as inspiration, so that's covered under Creative Commons, usually. The music today is just a bunch of kind of moody, atmospheric stuff from Unicorn Heads. They are a royalty-free music group on YouTube Studio. So everything there, it's going to be kind of fun and moody. So there's that. And then I do hope if you are enjoying this, I've actually gotten a few new followers this week. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, please go ahead and follow me here on Twitch, and also subscribe to my channel on YouTube where these playbacks are. Hello Shady Scott and Lazy Gothy, welcome to the stream. I'm so excited to have you guys here, and we're gonna have a fun time. Another reminder is that I now stream 3 times a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Mondays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as a little bit of a pre-Gauntlet hangout show. We might have a few of the cast members hang out with us every now and again. I know that they're really busy on Fridays, so I don't expect it at all. But give them lots of love, some like pump up stuff once they pop in, you know, just to get them excited for tonight. All right, I think it's time to choose what it is that we're going to pull today. Pick a random number between 1 and 200.
That would be 146.
Okay, so 146. I do have a spreadsheet open, because I love spreadsheets. Ooh, okay. A Naga Guardian. Okay, so that's a monstrosity apparently. I don't know a lot about D&D. I play it, and I'm interested in it, and I've taken in a lot of information about it, but like, I don't know the ins and outs of the monsters. I just fight them. That's all I do. If you want to know more about Dungeons & Dragons, as well as if you want to know more specifically about the monsters in the Monster Manual, head over to the Adventurers Pack YouTube channel, and they have a show called The Bestiary, which is the Monster Manual A through Z. Hey Crom! He's stretching in preparation for tonight. That's good. You gotta stretch. You have got to stretch. Okay, so I am going to pull some character art, send it over to my, whatever you call this thing, iPad? Is that is that what this is? Oh boy. Okay. Let me see if I can open this image and then send it. There we go. Did it save? Photos? Recent? Huh. We'll see if this works, guys. I might have to screenshot this. There we go. Hello, Mother, Vicky. Done. Save to photos. And now I can show you what it is that we're going to be doing. Okay. Insert a photo. Doot, doot. Okay. So again, this is number 146 in the monster, well, 146 alphabetically in the Monster Manual. So, 145, shoot. I think it's 100. I chose the wrong one. Okay, we're gonna do this one. My numbers were off, but that's okay. That's totally fine. So we are going to be doing the Naga Guardian, and it is a snake. So this is actually great for my nephew. He absolutely loves snakes, so I am loving this art. You can see it's kind of scaly. We're going to be looking at the green tones, some earth tones for this one, and my guess is we're going to pick something very, very sleek. So I think in order to make sure that it's very sinewy and, dare I say, sexy, you're going to have this very fluid shape. I love the face. It's like an old person, like an old man or something. It's hilarious. So another thing that I want to make sure that we're aware of, again, I don't own the art to this. This comes from Wizards of the Coast, I believe. I am not creating what I would say a cosplay here. That is not my intention. What I am wanting to do is create something that is fashionable, that you could maybe see on a fashion runway from a company like mine, Benjamin Collyn, and make it something that people really, really like. So I'm going to have fun with this one. I think it's going to take maybe a little bit more of a fantastical haute couture approach, as opposed to some of the others that are very much ready to wear. The one that we did on Wednesday is a perfect example of ready to wear fashion. So I'll go back to that real quick. So this one was based off of Cobalt, the element, and we did a cute little outfit with a dark gray, charcoal gray pea coat and some fun plaid pants, as well as a little bit of an ear flap hat. This is very much ready to wear, something that you can go to Target or wherever you shop for clothes, go to the mall, and pick it up right off of the rack and go for it. So that's ready to wear. What we're going to do today is going to be more in the lines of like haute couture, a lot of fun, exciting stuff. Yeah, a couture hoodie with an oversized cowl type hood. Yeah, stuff like this. Like, I'm definitely going to bring in that, you know, around the neck area. I'm going to definitely have like almost like an Elizabethan collar, if you will. And again, I don't want to make this too costumey, but I want to make sure that it reads Naga Guardian. So yeah, I'm excited. This is a lot of fun for me. I love this kind of creative exercise. And I hope everyone is having a good Friday so far. I want you to know that it's been a pretty good week, and I am glad to be hanging out with you all again. I do like this pose. It's very dynamic. It's an athletic pose, although it's not completely athletic. I would say that there's a lot of this that reminds me of something that's very editorial, you know, that you might find in the pages of Vogue magazine. All right, so first things first, just like we do every episode, is we need to do the inking of the croquis. Also, momming like Molly. I'm using your username because of privacy. If you don't mind if I call you by your real name, let me know. I do have plans for my little nephew. I want to make him a Cobra hoodie. So that's why I was asking those questions a while ago about what size he wears. So I want to make him something really, really fun for the fall and winter. Okay, I've been doing some non-fashion art recently, and I've really been enjoying that. Ooh. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do today? I have some special compression gloves that should help with my accidentally doing things by touching the screen with my hand. And especially as the summer heats up and it's getting a little bit more humid here, my hands are getting a little sticky, and so they stick to my screen, and I just don't love it. So what does everybody have planned for the weekend? I know it's July 4th weekend, so I know a lot of people might be celebrating that. I will not be. Just, you know, personal reasons. But do you have any fun projects going on? Any creative things that you'll be getting done? Is that not on that layer? Seriously? That's weird. Anyways. Oh, well, hello everybody. Looks like there's actually quite a few viewers right now. That's awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know if you found me through the D&D part, I know this is not exactly D&D, but it is D&D related, so I'm sorry if you're disappointed that this is not a game of D&D, but we're gonna have fun anyway. So, Lazy Gothy, you're gonna be mini painting. Are you working on the wizard, if I remember correctly? That was... okay. You are reading the Tomb of Annihilation. Ooh. What is that? I know I have plans either late tonight or tomorrow of watching Hamilton, now that that's on Disney+. That is literally one of the only reasons that I did I'm doing a month-long subscription to Disney+, because I wanted to watch The Mandalorian, which I devoured the entire season, which was so good. And then I watched the final episode, the final movie of the Star Wars third trilogy. So I think The Rise of Skywalker, if I remember that correctly. It was good. I liked it. It was fine. It's not like groundbreaking. Oh, come on. Okay. I loved The Mandalorian. That one, talk about great storytelling. Oh my gosh. And Baby Yoda. You can't go wrong with Baby Yoda. Oh, hi Lion's Tooth, welcome. Going on a pontoon boat with your sister's family. Oh, wonderful. Great! Have fun, be safe, wear sunscreen. Yeah, I think I should mention the Naga is from the Forgotten Realms, I guess. I'm learning. It is lawful good. Okay. Challenge rating 10. It's an immortal. Okay, so they protect treasure, magic secrets, items, and lore that would be destructive should they ever fall into the wrong hands. So these are good things. Great, so maybe we'll also think about some jewels and such. Yeah, okay, cool. You liked Kylo Ren. Who doesn't? I love Adam Driver. He's like, so good, so good. Is it John Oliver that keeps making hilariously, oops, sorry. Okay, I might have to pause for a second just to see if I can find those gloves. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. One moment. Okay, so I didn't find those. This is what happens after you move. You have like no idea where things are. However, I can say that I'm thankful and grateful that I rarely throw anything away because I have a sock that doesn't have a mate. And I think I can just turn it into what I want it to be. So okay, socks, but make it fashion. Let's see if this actually helps. Because Lord knows now that I'm gonna find the matching sock to this and be like, well, shoot. Oh, that would explain it. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is working. My cut up sock is working. Woohoo! That was a little too thick. There we go. A little heavy-handed sometimes. Okay. Hello, Vincent Crow. Scott. Oh, I still need this one. Okay. Oh, I need to clean up her shoulder. Okay. So now I can drop the opacity on this layer. Yeah, I've never seen Hamilton either, Lion's Tooth. I've listened to the soundtrack a lot, and I've listened to the remix that was done by a bunch of different artists. But I'm really, really excited to actually see it. I think Lin-Manuel Miranda is an amazing, amazing artist, and the singers that he got for that production, the original Broadway production, oof, so good. So I almost watched it this morning, but I figured, you know, I want to give myself something to savor this weekend. Also, I have coffee and water with me, so if you see me just like sip on something, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do right now is a lot of time I will just like jump in with the line art. But I think what I'm going to do is make sure that we have some sort of like almost like Elizabethan collar here. And then give her a turtleneck, like a high neck here. Either that or, oops, do a really deep V. However, I don't want it, again, to get too costumey. And then I have some fun ideas for the sleeves. Like maybe a little skin tight here. Yeah, Vincent, it's, or Scott, whatever. I know you'll go by either one of them. It's a Naga Guardian. So, I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun to do this one. I think what I'm gonna do is almost like a drop crotch pant, like a harem pant here. That will go right around here and come tight around the calves. So it's like almost like a skirt. Let's do one more layer. Oh, come on. Guys, what's my catchphrase? That was all on the wrong layer. But the good news is now I have an idea. I like it, so we're gonna move on with it after I delete all the sketch lines. There we go. You know, eventually when I have enough followers to become an affiliate, I think I'm going to have to make an emote that just says wrong layer. Even though Lord knows that emotes are really, really tiny. Okay. So I'm gonna start here. In the first fold of fabric, I'm gonna have swoop down there. The next one, I'm gonna have swoop down here. The next one, swoop down here. And then there, and there, there. Just need to bring my brush size up a little bit. Is that good? That's too much. Okay. Jimmy Fallon, yeah, I watched that that clip with it, what do they call it, like the school instruments or something? So good. Like, I love it. I just love it. Okay, so I'm gonna come back over here real quick, you know, just to see the shapes that we've got going. And on the front here, you know, on the belly scales, there's a lot of points going, so it's like you get the... that was a little extreme. So I think what I might do is kind of echo that shape here. And I know this is kind of reading... Okay, so we're gonna make this a two-piece. I'm gonna belt it here. Or maybe it's like a bit of a crop top. And it'll ride here with a waistband. Maybe she has a little belly button there. Okay, no, we're gonna erase that. Yeah, I saw the one from Some Good News by John Krasinski. That one was good too. Pretty much anytime Hamilton or Lin-Manuel Miranda comes on anything, I'm there. Like, that's just... I'm there. Maybe... Dang it! Missed opportunity. I should have done Hamilton, but make it fashion. Oh well. What can you do? Okay. Okay, one thing I'm learning about the sock is that my knuckles still come out of it a little bit. Is that spin-off any good, Carrie? Like, I saw it posted earlier today somewhere. So the important thing about this side is that she's technically turned away a little bit. So I'm trying to do some forced perspective here with these epaulette shoulder pad things that I'm doing. You know, I love that I said I don't want to go too too literal or too costumey, and I'm kind of wondering if I am a little bit. I mean, come on, we're going couture, right? Okay, is it still playing? Okay. So... here's one thing that we can do is... Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit like a hoodie, like a cropped hoodie here. So if I'm going to do it that way, here's how I'm going to do it, is I want to bring it down over the head a little bit more. And down. And then up and over and down. Ooh, come on. There we go. Because otherwise it does read a little bit more like a costume as opposed to a hood. Okay. Oh, shoot. There we go. So if we're gonna, maybe this is less like haute couture and do some like athleisure or something. Although I don't know anybody who would run in this outfit. You liked how the Rhino Beetle outfit looked like a beetle. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is like trying to figure out where inspiration and fashion can meet, right? Like, I want to make sure that I'm true to my own fashion sense, as well as staying true to the inspiration artwork. And I think that's the thing that can be very, very difficult as a designer sometimes, is either not going too literal, or going too literal, or not literal enough or too literal. I think that happens to a lot of artists when they're doing referential work. With the beetle, I felt like, you know, there's nothing wrong with me going in and, you know, really making it look like a beetle. And it still looked, even though it looked like a beetle, there was still an element of like fashion to it, you know, ready to wear to it. And this one, I think I can do the same thing. It's gonna be about how I use the colors, as well as how I use some of these motifs, and I think I'm getting there so far. Yeah, there's some really lovely tones in here. So, I think I'm going to do a green top, and then the bottoms I'm going to do this kind of tan color from the belly. And I think I'm also going to want to do some detailing on this a little bit more than what I've done so far. So, like up here, so I actually started to do some sketching the other day of some snakes. Okay, I need to do it upside down. And the thing I need to remember is that this is round. So as it comes around, this shape is going to get smaller. So the other thing is, as it comes up over the crown of the head, they're gonna get shorter. This is that whole fun part of learning to do some forced perspective. And honestly, oh, come on. I think I need to drop my brush down a little bit. Oh, crud. Ah! I'm just gonna corner the nerd fashion niche market. When did I do that? Okay. And something that I learned about myself. So both of these, the hand is extending in front of the outfit. And last time I tried to fix this after I was doing the shading and stuff. No. I'm not going to do that this time. So what I am going to do first, however, because I think this is the smart thing to do. First, I'm going to pull the body layer technically above for now, or maybe even forever, I don't know, above the clothing layer. We'll see how this works. Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna bring that back here. Cool. And then, oh shoot. Is there a hole somewhere? There's always a hole somewhere. It's probably this one right here. What's the dealio, I am seriously not seeing another place where this could be leaking from. Good thing, anyway, that was the wrong layer. Okay, that's a weird color. Let's make it a little bit more peachy. Okay. Great. So actually, I'm gonna bring that back up. Because now that I've done that, I can go through here carefully. So right now, I'm just being extra careful not to erase the parts that I absolutely need to have skin tone. But this is definitely going to make my life easier when I go to do the shading and the coloring of the rest of the outfit. Okay, so now I need to go in and get into these tough to reach spots. And having that nice thick line art allows me to kind of to extend into that line. And this is something like, again, I can't tell you, there's merits for both traditional art and traditional like fashion sketching. But I am learning that there's also a lot of merit to digital art by being able to just do some of the stuff that you can't do with traditional tools. And if you can, it's a little bit more difficult. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other shading and the coloring before I erase the stuff for the outfit, because the hands are going to be resting on top, but we're going to have to pretend that they're not, yada yada. However, I do need to get rid of It's time for erasing the line art for the body. But only in the places that we want to erase it. Oh, like here, I totally missed. Although that makes sense for the sleeve, so never mind. That's fine, don't worry. Okay. And you'll notice I made a little bit of a mistake here, but I can just go in and fill that in. Okay. So time to go back to the clothing layer and my regular color here. I am gonna add this portion in right here, her underbust. Otherwise I think it'll look off balance, if you will. And I just realized I missed. Alright. Oh my gosh, that almost sounds like the Final Fantasy VII music. I know it's not, because I don't have that music on here. Okay, groovy, groovy. So I'm not gonna add many more scales than I already have here. Okay, see you, Mom. Thanks for watching for at least a little bit. Yeah, I don't want to add too many scales to the top. Again, I don't want it to be too costumey. And I think what I've got here makes sense. So now what I'm going to go and do, maybe I should bring in some scales there. No. No. No, 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 no. But what we can do now, at least, it's time to make our Naga palette. Not our haha palette. Come on. Naga Guardian. Okay. So we're gonna find some of these lovely tones in here. I really like that one. I like this one. Let's find a mid-tone that's kind of nice. Definitely going to need to bring this in and this in. Let's maybe even find a, yep. That's a good one. I love this one. Here's one thing that I, oops. One of the things I really, really love about D&D is the character art. I think they've chosen great artists that are amazing at what they do. Okay. So now I'm going to add a new layer so we can do our coloring and bring my reference layer on top. And I think what I want to do, so there's the highlight of the bright green here. And so I think I'm going to stick with the darker green, but we can think that this is, you know, some sort of silk blend or a cotton silk blend that has a tiny bit of shine. So I'm going to try to go, yeah, let's go with this one here. And then maybe right here is where we can use that more shiny green. All right, see you guys. It's tech time for the Adventurers Pack crew. Oops. I will see you in an hour with my crew of however many people end up staying for that long. And just for those who might have come in a little bit late, I will be rating the Adventurers Pack. Why do I always do this? I will be rating the Adventurers Pack channel before the Gauntlet, so we're gonna head over there right as it's starting, essentially. I'll make sure that no matter how far we are on this sketch, that we head that direction at 5 o'clock or 4:58, whatever it might end up being. But we all know, too, that I can get kind of, you know, I think I can get pretty good at gauging time and moving forward if I feel like things are not not going that quickly. Okay, so now let's get onto the right layer. And again, I like this main color for the blouse. And I do like this brighter green for these shoulder bits. Well, that was a big firework. Jeez. Okay. And now for the head, I think I am going to try to mimic, like, make it kind of look like it's a scaly thing. Let's go back to this main green that we're using for the body. And actually, I'm going to get that brush out. It needs to be a little bit larger. And go in and okay, great. Oops. And then we're gonna bring in that really dark green. Whoa! I totally forgot that her head was back there. Or, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna come in. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, so I am gonna have to... Okay, that is still gonna be my reference. However, I'm gonna create a new layer. Okay. The only thing that does is makes her hair the wrong color. Okay. Just a quick thing here. Nope. And let's do... this, no. Yeah, this color. Here. Oops. You know, it would really help if I was on the right layer, guys. Derp, derp, derp. Okay. And now I can add a layer. And choose that dark green, and also pop these back on, and boom. Okay, there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is see what the heck that is. There we go. I'm going to do some fun highlighting on the top of this hood, if you will. And I'm going to pick some of these highlights first. So the one, yeah, we'll do this, and I'm going to use the airbrush. And just so I'm using a really, really light touch right now. So I just want to lay down a little bit of color. All right, see ya, sister. Give my love to the family. Give Mr. Ollie a big hug. Okay. One thing I could do is actually go in and individually shade each of the scales here. So So I guess I can tell you what I mean by that. It's taking that, dropping it down a little bit, making sure that I'm on soft airbrush, and coming in like so. And that's just going to make it even more realistic looking. And I don't actually mind this harsh line. At all. Like, it doesn't bother me one bit. I like how it makes it really pop. So let's see, on Wednesday we rendered plaid, today we're rendering scales. What should we render on Monday? Maybe some leopard print? And actually, while we have this out, actually, let's... not the eraser. There we go. And I'll definitely highlight these as well. But again, I like to do highlights after I do shading. Okay, before I get too excited on doing the details, first I'm gonna get rid of that so I can focus. I'm gonna do the harem pants and then move on to the rest of the shading and the highlighting. So kind of like I've done before, I am going to do a gradient down. Oh, come on. Let's do inking. Good, good, good. Okay, cool. And I know that there wasn't really a lighter one. I mean, there might have been, but I wasn't really paying attention. Okay. So I think this dark brown up here is too dark. So I'm just gonna find a happy medium. No, what the heck did I just do? Oh, well, I'm, you know, on the wrong layer. Jeez. Pete. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. So I think I am gonna try to yeah, we're gonna use that palette because that dark brown was just too dark. So I think this being our darkest color, right? Yeah, it is an ombre lion's tooth. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. I love a good ombre. Gosh, that is almost skin tone. That's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna shade from the bottom up. How do I want to do this? Of course with airbrush. I think the soft brush is always nice. Maybe. Oh. Okay, and of course I'm going to smooth all of that out. And then we're just going to come in And I don't want it to be too dark of a shadow here because it's not like this is a huge pleat. You know, it's just slight folds of fabric. And let's make sure that we shade around the leg here. Unfortunately, when you double tap on an Apple Pencil, it switches your brush from your paintbrush to your eraser. And sometimes the way that I move the pencil in my hand, it just does it. Whew, man. So I'm kind of thinking that this portion is made out of a nice cotton, maybe even a linen. And maybe the top is made out of like a cotton silk blend. And I will say, I'm not mad about the hands being behind the body now. At first I was going to bring them back up, but I'm actually really kind of liking the effect. Okay. And now I'm going to shade the shirt. Make sure that we shade the armpits and the underbust. And I haven't forgotten, I am going to smudge all of this. Because right now I'm not liking how all these harsh lines are here. Okay, and let's make sure that we shade the arm that's kind of in the back here. And then Thanks, Lazy Gothy. You know, it's kind of funny. The one that we did on Wednesday, the peacoat and slacks combo. At first, I was actually, I don't know. When I finished the stream, I felt a little bit like, oh, that went okay. That went. I don't know if I like it. It's not my best work. And then, I don't know. I looked at it again today, and I was like, oh, dang, that actually. That went way better than I expected, so... You know, it's funny how perspective can change. Okay. So I know it's already kind of dark in this hood, but I think it's important to even shade those dark areas. You know, it just adds that depth. And it really is going to help that face pop. Okay, so I'm going to smudge the outfit, and then I'm going to highlight the outfit, and then we will go ahead and do the coloration and the shading and highlighting of the skin. And then we'll do the background, and then we'll be done with the Naga Guardian. I think... I don't know if I want to do another necklace, because you can't really see it from very far away. But I am, you know... I don't know. We'll find out. Okay. So it's smudgy time. I'm not going to smudge the scales because otherwise we'll lose all of that detail up there. But I'm definitely going to come in and smudge out these lines. So also a random funny story. I was looking at my YouTube analytics today, and besides still being very, very close to 7,000 subscribers, this is the first time, so in the last 30 days, 100% of my viewers are female. Usually it's 97%, and then there's a 3% guy ratio in there. But according to Google, or according to YouTube, 100% in this last month, essentially, were women. So I thought that was really interesting. I was like, wow, okay. Okay, I had to come in and fix that there. Okay. Great, so I love how it looks when it blends out. Just all those harsh lines go away. It's just so much better. Okay. So this is where smudging can get into really tough territory. It's because underneath these black lines, there's essentially just white space. So when I smudge, it tries to pick up some of that white space if my pen is a little bit too large. So I have to shrink that when I'm in these really delicate areas. But then the blending isn't necessarily as diffuse, and so I almost have to do a little bit extra blending in those areas. And you know, the goal of smudging is to try to make these lines indistinguishable. You know, because very rarely do you get a harsh shadow on something unless you're in direct light. And even then with fabrics, there's usually some sort of shadow diffusion going on there. Because just the very nature of the fabric is that it's, you know, sometimes it's translucent or it doesn't reflect light all that much. Okay, and then here. Okay, there's that. Now let's head to the skin tone layer. And of course, like the bottom of the feet. Around the ankle. And I'm just gonna go ahead and shade and smudge each area because we're really not shading all that much skin. There's not a lot of it left to show. This one's probably in complete shade. So I'm not even gonna bother smudging that one. Oh, actually I should, because there we go. When you're working with brushes that are slightly translucent on Procreate, what happens is that when you go, or I'll just show you, if you do that and then you go over it again, you see how it darkens, and that is kind of what happened just now. So we definitely want to do right here and right here, and then we want to make sure that we get the sides as well. And then You know what? I'm gonna give our girl a 6-pack here. I feel like she's some sort of martial artist or something. I still need to smudge a little bit more of that out. Cool. She's got a 6-pack, y'all. Okay. And then, of course, around the neck here. And under the chin. And then some of her face is actually going to be in pretty deep shadow because of this hood. So I'm going to just kind of almost crop out this top portion of her face. And then, of course, the side of her face. We're going to give her a little bit of definition on the chin line here. Give her a little bit of definition on the nose. Under the eye sockets. And then go to town on the smudging. All right, okay. The only thing that I would do is maybe add an earring. So we're gonna go back to inking. Let's see, nope. Nope. Let's just do black. I don't know about you, but I'm getting really sick of these fireworks. Like, it's been every single day for about a month and a half. And I know tomorrow's July 4th, but I don't know how many times I've just been like startled, either awake or just chilling out, watching something, and then boom! Does not make me feel good. Ooh, I bet I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah, I am. Because basically, I should make a new layer anyway. Okay, and this is going to be our reference. That's fine that I was on that layer. Okay, because that's my line art layer. And then I'm thinking like some rubies, maybe? Some really rubine red. And maybe some sapphire. Because, you know, these are guardians, right, of whatever you call that, of like gems and jewels and stuff. And then maybe we'll do one that's almost like a diamond or something. I'm gonna go with Minecraft color diamonds. And then, of course, come in here, give it a nice little highlight. Because we have to know that it's shiny, right? Don't know much about Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, Strong Woman does seem to fit well. In general, I mean, come on. See, like, I know you can't really see that from far away, but that's okay. Alright, so I think the next thing I want to do is play around with this background. So it's kind of like a sagey color. I'm probably going to come back to some of this stuff, but for now, I need a layer. It's just a background layer. And I think I have watercolor. I have fresco, watercolor, and gouache. Let's try fresco. And I'm gonna try to use this darker, like the darkest of the tones. And then do that. Yeah, snakes are extremely muscular. They are very, very, very muscular. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Okay, what? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I could almost even go brighter green. Like that. So let's... I kind of want to... Okay, I like that better. Looking at this though, I am a little underwhelmed by the shading. So I am going to come back through with the airbrush. It's too big. I haven't even finished the highlighting yet. I'll get to that in just a second, though. Oh, I hope I'm on the right layer. Oh, good, I actually am. I think I remember to do that this time. Whew. It's always a little nerve-wracking when I do that. Okay, the shading on that bottom portion is much better now. I did kind of fudge it up here. But I can unfudge it. And reblend it. There we go. Okay. So now I am going to do some highlighting. You know, like on the top of the breasts here. Just because it would be a little bit lighter. And again, I'm trying to use the lightest of touches. I'm not going to blend these in. And then bringing some out. Okay, that was too much. On the sleeves here. Maybe a little bit right here. Wouldn't surprise me if there was some right here. Actually. Cool. And then I definitely want to highlight this with like a really high highlight. Because it is shiny. And maybe even okay. And this is gonna seem crazy, but we have a little bit more time, so I'm gonna go ahead and highlight the scales too. Because make it fashion. I'm really only going to highlight the ones that are up here towards the front. because these are the ones like up at the top that would be highlighted. She's upside down. Ah! Okay. And I think for my background color, I like that. And again, for this layer, it's my painting layer. I am, yeah, can I just kind of fade out? Well, yeah. I like having the whole thing textured. The flat just doesn't work for me. There's that. And make sure we do the very edge. And pick that out. Okay. What do we think? This is the very first of the D&D But Make It fashion. Naga Guardian, number 145 on my list of 200 monsters from the Monster Manual. I really like how this one turned out. It's not what I was thinking where it was going to be like haute couture. But I love how it turned out. So I'm really excited to see where the next one takes us, and maybe I think why don't I pull now what we're gonna do next Friday, and that way, you know, I have a little bit more time to think about it and brainstorm about it. Not to mention I can get the art and spend less time at the beginning trying to find the art. So, this is what we're gonna do here. Pick a random number between 1 and 200.
That would be 199.
Wow, okay. 199 is what we're gonna do next week, which is a Zorn. X-O-R-N, it's an elemental, and that is going to actually go along well with the rest of the month's theme, which is elemental, or elements. Zorn, D&D 5e. Oh boy, oh man. It's also from the Forgotten Realms, I guess. And they are horrific looking, so this should be fun. I don't know how I feel about that one, but you know, the random number generator has told us what we're going to do, so I'm just making sure that I write this into my schedule for next week. Alright, so it looks like actually the Adventurers Pack just went live, so we can head over that way in just a second. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and sit tight because I am going to go raid them, so you'll get some points. Well, I guess not from me, because I don't think I can have points yet until I'm an affiliate. But yeah, feel free to give me a follow here on Twitch, give me a follow over on YouTube at BC Crudwig, and then BenjaminCollyn.com, Benjamin Collyn on Instagram, as well as pretty much, there's just a lot of places that you can find me. So I hope to see you on Monday when we're going back to elements, and I believe I'm going to do lightning on Monday. And then we will see you then, Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And in the meantime, we're going to go raid Adventurers Pack somehow. Can I start the raid? Okay, I think it's working. Yeah, 4 of us heading to raid Adventurers Pack.